Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. And if you're new here, my name is Nishitha. I would love for you guys to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. In today's video, I'm going to test out the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I've gotten a lot of requests to review this foundation because this one retails for $64 and there is a lot of hype about this foundation. I finally found the shade that matches my skin. I mean, it's not perfect, but I can make it work. I got this shade, where I kept the foundation. Yeah, it's right here. So I got the shade 8.75. I'm gonna start applying. So on one side of my face, I'm going to use a beauty blender, and on the other side, I'm going to use a kabuki brush and see how this foundation works. So I took about a pump on the back of my hand. So let me swatch this particular shade for you guys. So this is 8.75. So I'm gonna swatch it on my skin as well. I mean, when you touch it, it really feels like silk. I mean, not like actual silk, but it's very smooth. I'm going to leave the swatch on and see if this foundation oxidizes or not. But I'm just going to start with the application process. So I'm just blending it out. Okay, so that blended in 2 seconds. Oh, looks really good actually. It is really lightweight. I feel like I just applied some moisturizer and it blended out very easily. It looks beautiful. It's making my skin beautiful, but it doesn't look overly dewy. It has this natural finish, but it added a slight luminosity to my skin, like as if I'm glowing from within. Like my skin, like I drank a lot of water and my skin is really hydrated and plump. That's how beautiful it looks. But it's not, overly dewy. So that's why they say that this particular foundation is supposed to work for all skin types. Actually, I was not expecting it, but it covered the acne spot that I had here really well. So with brush, you obviously can get a little bit more coverage than with the sponge. But either way, the foundation blended out really well. I don't think I've ever used a foundation that blends out this easily. I'm going to come close up to the camera and do some close-ups so you can see how natural this foundation looks on my skin. I hope you guys can see, but this foundation looks really beautiful on my skin. And it's not clinging onto any of my dry patches. I have some dry patches here right now, but it's not clinging onto any of them. So now I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup off camera. Once I get back, I'll tell you guys how everything layered on top of this foundation. So I'll see you all in some time. So I finished the rest of my makeup off camera and everything blended out beautifully on top of this foundation. I had no issues whatsoever. This looks really beautiful and natural, and it's, not emphasizing any of my imperfections. It's just hiding all of them really well. But one thing is that if you have extreme discoloration, you might have to use a color corrector with this foundation, because since it's a medium coverage foundation, it's not going to cover your discoloration very well. So far, I really like this foundation. Now I'm going to continue to do the wear test. I'm going to wear this foundation for 6 more hours because it's already been 2 hours since I applied the foundation. So yeah, I'll see you all at the end of my day and do some close-up shots so we can see together how this foundation performed. Hey guys, so it's been 8 hours in total that I've had this foundation on, and I have to say everything looks exactly the way it did when I first applied it. Nothing moved around. I was running a lot of errands at home. My AC was off. We have a timer set and it kind of goes on and off. So at one point I was in closet arranging things and it got pretty hot and I started to sweat a little bit, but still this foundation didn't move around. It is still on there. And I don't see any sweat peeking through or any oils peeking through my skin. So that pretty much tells you how long wearing it is. It is transfer proof for sure. And it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks really good. I really love this foundation. And this is not the first time I wore this foundation. I've worn this 3 more times before today. One day I went to San Diego for the weekend and I wore it when we were traveling in the car. And on that day, I had this foundation on for about 12 hours. So we went jet skiing and we had a little bit of jet skiing accident. Our jet ski tipped over and I was like completely submerged in the water. But when I came back to my Airbnb and I saw saw my makeup in the mirror, the foundation was still going strong and it looked pretty good. It was, it was not blotchy like sometimes foundations they can, move around. You can have like, bald spots somewhere when it moves around. But with this foundation, I never saw that. And I wanted to work a couple of times. I tried to make it look as natural as I possibly could because I was going to work. And we were having lunch during the lunch break and my friend was sitting next to me. He's very observant. He saw my skin and he said, Nishitha, your skin looks really good today. But he couldn't tell that I was wearing foundation. So I had to tell him that I'm testing out a foundation. So that's how natural this foundation looks. Rather than, talking about the pros and cons, let's talk about who is it for and who is it not for. If you have perfect skin, if you have small skin issues like, redness or a little bit of uneven tone, this foundation will work great for you. And if you're someone who likes a natural looking foundation, I would say this is one of the best. And who is it not for? If you're someone who likes a full coverage foundation, like full glam makeup look, you can still make it look like full glam. But if you're someone who likes a full coverage foundation, and if you have some skin issues like, acne spots, and you have skin concerns that you want to cover with your foundation, this might not do a really good job since it's a medium coverage foundation. And even if you have extreme discoloration, you definitely have to use a color corrector underneath. Being said that, I don't think this is the only foundation that could make your skin look like this. I like the Lancome foundation just as much. I like the Dior foundation just as much, and they don't, cost as much. If you ask me, I would say if you have the budget, if you're thinking of splurging on a fancy foundation, on a high-end foundation for your birthday or something, wait for the Sephora sale, for the December sale, buy it. Try it for yourself. I absolutely love this foundation. Like every time I wore it, it made my skin look absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I feel like it's totally worth the hype. I've gotten so many requests to do this review, to try out this foundation. I have tried out this foundation sometime last year, but at that time I maybe probably didn't try out the correct shade. I ended up not buying it. This time during the appreciation sale, I got this foundation and I'm really glad that I did because I will continue to use this. So now I'm gonna pull you guys in closer to give some close-up shots after 8 hours of wearing this foundation. So that completes this review. Wait for the sale, the holiday sale from Sephora. Try out the foundation probably, before that, you can get a sample from Sephora. Try it out for a few days if you like it. Wait for the sale and then buy the actual foundation. That's what I would recommend to save few dollars of the ridiculously high price tag. That completes this video. I really hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me comments down below what other foundation reviews you want to see on my channel. I always try my best to buy that foundation and review it for you guys. Thank you so much for leaving those comments down below. If you don't, I wouldn't know what video to film next. So I really want to thank you guys. And please hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked this review. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye.